Check out the Comic Outlaw on YouTube. Drop us a like, subscribe, and hit us up. We're always ready to rock and roll, cut and stroll. You know how we do. And it's Kitten Pryde and Wolverine, number 5. And this is the one where Kitty comes face to face with her demon, both metaphysical and real. So let's rock and roll. Let's get into it. Now, to give you a little background, Kitten Pryde was looking for a father. He was ended up kind of mixed up in some Asian gangsters. This demon ended up taking her, brainwashing her, turning her into a killer. Wolverine rehabbed her, and now she's going after everyone. So she appears before the mob boss, one of the ones that kind of sold her to the demon, sold her out to the demon. And she is just wrecking him. And right now, Kitty's kind of like on a quest for vengeance. She's not really like a killer. She's looking for the demon, but she didn't kill him. She just got information from him. And I love the way she uses her phasing powers. It's gotten to the point where she could glide on air in her phasing form, where she could go in and out. This is a point where Kitten has more control over her powers, and this is another reason she kind of earns that name Shadow Cat, because she's able to creep in and out. Now, she's had a massive amount of training due to being possessed by that demon. And also Wolverine's influence, being with the X-Men for a few years. And I just love this part how she's like, boo. And keep in mind, her powers allow her to phase. It's sort of like gliding through the air. Her molecules become lighter than the air, and she's able to kind of like float down. And this is where Kitty also kind of gets a new costume, and Miss Pryde has had a lot of costume changes. Not so much over the last few years per se, but when she first started out, she had quite a few costume changes. And this is where she kind of gets the idea of Shadow Cat. And it's really cool. It's a name that's stuck with her over the years, and this is who she's become. This is the culmination of her time with the X-Men, her getting brainwashed by this demon, her fighting influence, and just her maturing as a woman. Now, Wolverine's having a discussion with his, well, I'm just going to call her the Tigress. I like that name for her. And he's torn. He's worried about her. But every ninja, every warrior, every samurai, every cowboy, use whatever cliche, has to walk their own path, has to find their own way eventually. And the father is just being a jerk, and he's the one that actually got her into this situation, so I would want to throw him off the balcony too. But Wolverine is staying his hand. He knows how much Kitten's father means to him, so. And this is the other woman. This is the woman that's the head of their clan. The one that Wolverine was going to marry, I covered that in another set of issues. And this is the one that Wolverine professes love to, his true love, Mariko. She's the head of a big clan. They're also kind of the mafia there. Yakuza. Yeah, she's one of the Yakuza. And this is kind of like her, kind of sort of like a pseudo-adopted daughter. And I think Wolverine popped in to give her a little visit, you know. But Wolverine is having yet another discussion with Kitten's father. And there's a difference between being a dad and being a father. You know, that old cliche that any idiot can be a father, but it takes a real person to be a dad, to be there for him. And I love through Wolverine's guff, through all his tough demeanor, through all his tough talk, he does have a heart. He does care. A lot of Wolverine's savagery, he still has a deep capacity to love. But there's no love lost here. Not at all. For the demon has come for someone. And as he strikes down, he realizes that his sword fades through. And the Shadow Cat attacks. And this is brilliant strategy. I mean, why not let him come to you? Why not pose as the person he's going to kill? And I love the use of her phasing powers. I mean, it's just so cool. And as she goes one-on-one with the ninja, the demon breaks her swords. I mean, he is a skilled warrior. He taught Wolverine. Let's not forget that. But Shadow Cat is fighting for purpose, will, vengeance. All the good things that make a compelling fight. But she takes a shot and he ends up kind of disappearing. And she starts looking for him. She starts phasing everywhere for him, going from place to place to place until suddenly she hears a laugh. Ha 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 ha. For the demon pops out of nowhere. I mean, like, he's experienced. He's been in many different fights. He knows how to disappear. He knows how to move in a crowd. And he throws off these shuriken, and she's barely able to get her phasing power up. Now, for all the powers that she has, she's still outclassed. She phases through where Wolverine's love is actually there, and the demon comes crashing through. And this could be the mistake the demon makes, the big mistake. But he doesn't care at this point. They're in the middle of a fight. He starts throwing shuriken after shuriken at her. She tells him to run. This is her fight. But the demon's not going to go down that easy. And he just lunges for her, crashing her through the glass. And she has to think to phase. That's why she crashes through, in case you're wondering. So it does take mental concentration for her to do that. And the demon's just outclassing her. Like I said before, he's had many years of combat experience. And he is just taking her to school. He wants her back. He wants her as an assassin for him, as a killer. Why waste a good product, if you know what I'm saying? So he is not only trying to break her physically, he's trying to break her mentally again. And it gets to the point where the demon raises his sword high after a nice fight. I mean, she did her best, but in the end, she was just outclassed. He's about to bring down the sword when Logan stands there before him, ready. The other samurai. And as the two warriors meet, we will find out whether or not they will cross that bridge and fight, or they will simply just walk away from each other. But that will happen the next time, won't it? And I'll catch you on the flip side.